Good morning, everyone. This is State Climatologist Gary McManus, and this is your Mesonet weather report. Well, we went straight from winter right into spring, am I right? So a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about wind chills down to minus 25 and below. We had snow and ice covering the state. Now we've had tornadoes, unfortunately. However, it is Oklahoma, and we want rain. That's generally what it comes with in the springtime. So let's take a look at those rainfall totals this week and see where we are. I mean, it's not bad for an early March rainfall event. We did get, a good 1 to 2 inches across a good portion of the state. Now, of course, some areas got a lot less, and that's the nature of convective precipitation in Oklahoma during the spring with those thunderstorms. Some folks get a lot, some folks get a little bit less. But this does help slow the drought down at least a little bit. I'm not going to show the drought monitor map this week. We are going to wait and see how it fleshes out, but at least we did get some pretty good rainfall in some areas. We even set the consecutive days with less than a tenth of an inch of rainfall map, so everybody's in the green except for just a few select locations. Unfortunately, those areas do need more rainfall, but this is a much better looking map than what we've seen over the last few months. And what comes with those big storms after they move on out, and on the backside of those storms, we get those big time winds. These are non-thunderstorm wind gusts after the storm moved over to the east, and we see 50 to 60 to as much as 70 miles per hour in parts of the state. So that doesn't help matters when you're dry, and a lot of that rain that fell, that'll go right up into the atmosphere when we get winds of this strength. Hey, let's talk about where we were before this storm system came through and provided all the nasty stuff, but also the rainfall. Let's take a look at the winter rainfall. This is where we were before, as I said. So we had some pretty good rains, 15 to close to 20 inches down in far southeastern Oklahoma, but it did decline rapidly to the north and west. And when you got to central Oklahoma, it was about 2 inches. And then you get into western Oklahoma and you were less than an inch, and in some cases less than a quarter inch. So pretty dry winter for Oklahoma this time around. That shows up on the deficit map for the winter, good 2 to 3 inch deficits across much of the state from southwestern up through northeastern Oklahoma surrounding that. And then in the panhandle, we had deficits generally 1 inch to 2 inches. And then down in southeast Oklahoma are only surpluses for the winter of about 1 to 2 inches, and then up to as much as 6 inches in far southeast Oklahoma. Temperature's not too bad. Here we see, basically climatology, low 30s in the panhandle to mid 40s down across the Red River region. So not too bad. If you look at the departure from normal for the winter temperatures, generally about about 1 degree to 2 degrees below normal. Some cases pretty close to normal, but not bad for a winter in Oklahoma. Certainly after a really cold February and also a cold January. That warm December tended to even things out a bit. Okay, let's take a look at the Climate Prediction Center's outlooks for March. We see increased odds of above normal temperatures across the entire state, but especially across the south, about 1/3 of Oklahoma, and then increased odds of below normal precipitation across the southwestern half or so of the state. Now, for the drought outlook through March, they do see drought persisting down across southwestern and south central Oklahoma, developing as you go over into southeastern Oklahoma a little bit more, and also persisting across north central Oklahoma and those little splotches in east central and west central Oklahoma as well. So not too bad considering the outlook that we saw for March on the temperature and precipitation. So a pretty good rainfall from a storm system right out of the bat as we entered climatological spring. Every little bit helps. We certainly had a dry winter, so we're just counteracting some of that. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.